Hello everyone. So today's chapter is chapter number 3, humidity and clouds. Now there is a group of pictures given below. We'll read them first. First one is, it is very sunny today. The wind has stopped blowing. I foresee sandstorm. Let's go quickly inside the house. Yes, even I feel the same. Come, let's go fast. Okay, so this one is one picture which says, okay, there's sandstorm going to occur and it's very dry outside there. Okay, now talking towards the second picture, buddy, it is very hot today. Yes, Soham, I am literally soaked because of the sweat. Okay, so according to you, you can understand that this is like a place they are talking about where the air is very hot. Third one, children, come fast, wear your sweaters and then play again. Mummy, please wait, let us play, please. Wear your sweaters. So it is windy over there. Okay, now we will see. Generally we keep talking about the weather conditions. We can identify the weather condition through the conversation above, right? कि हम लोग weather के बारे में जब हम लोग बात करते हैं, when we talk about weather, when you talk about certain conversations, such conversations, you get to know that what type of weather is there at that particular point of time. We experience the dampness or dryness in the air throughout the year. The changes occurring in the weather condition in desert area, coastal area and mountain area is evident from the figures. First, Rajasthan lies in a region with dry and hot air. There is hardly any moisture in the air. People wear loose cotton clothes. As we have seen, the first conversation was like of a dry place where the air was dry, and it was of Rajasthan. Okay, that there is hardly any moisture in the air. के air में moisture ज़रा भी होता ही नहीं है, and that is why it is very dry and hot over there. Okay, and people generally try to wear loose cotton clothes so that उसमें उतना गर्मी ना हो. Now talking about the second picture, it was of, now let us go to point wise. So point wise, Kashmir Valley lies in a region with cold and dry air. Moisture is minimal in the air. People cover themselves with warm clothes. Okay, so the third picture which we have seen, that was of Kashmir Valley. Okay, where the region is cold hai, thandi hai, but at the same time there is dry air. Okay, so moisture minimal hota hai, thoda sa hi hota hai because dry air hai, and people wear warm clothes to cover themselves from cold. And talking about the third one, in Mumbai the air is hot and humid. There the proportion of moisture is very high in the air. Okay, since it is hot and humid तो moisture ज़्यादा होता है. जहाँ पे temperature ज़्यादा होता है ना students, वहाँ पे moisture ज़्यादा होता है. हम लोग ने ये precipitation वाले chapter में learn किया था, right? So in addition, if dark clouds cover the sky, the content of moisture in the air increases. In the above discussion, the word hot, moist, cool, etc. show the conditions of the air. They relate to the content of the moisture in the air, right? When we are talking about all of these conversations, हम लोग किसका बात करें? We are talking about the moisture which is present in the air. But it is the major component of air which is taken into consideration while discussing the weather of any place. For precipitation to occur in any place, presence of moisture in the air is very important. As I said earlier, that when does precipitation takes place, ये हम लोग ने precipitation वाले chapter में देखा है. Whenever there is moisture in the air, then water vapor takes place, and that is how precipitation occurs. So whenever you talk about weather conditions, the main point is the moisture which is there into the air. Think about it. During winters, when you exhale on the glass of your mirror, what happens? If you try to do this in summer, why doesn't this happen? Right? आप लोग सब लोग ने ये try किया होगा. Sometimes you even do it on the glasses, the frames which you wear. उनके glass पे भी आप ऐसे करते हो. तो you might have seen that it happens in winter, but why doesn't in summer? Okay, so think about it, students. According to you, what do you think is the answer? Do let me know, sir. All of these questions would be a homework. Evaporation. Evaporation is the process of converting water into steam or water vapor, right? आप लोग ने evaporation को देखा है, right? अगर आप कोई भी चीज़ गर्म पानी अगर आप रख रहे हो, ठीक है, और अगर आप धूप में, अरे गर्म पानी क्यों? Let us take an example. You're just taking a bowl and you have water inside it, and अगर आप वो धूप में रखते हो तो वो पानी कम होने का chances ज़्यादा होता है। और अगर वही पानी का बाउल अगर आप लोग ने घर पे हॉल में रखा है पंखे के नीचे, तो इवोपरेशन का चांसेस बहुत ही कम होता है, राइट। सो दैट इज़ कॉल्ड एज इवोपरेशन. व्हाट डज दैट मीन स्टूडेंट्स? व्हेन योर वाटर इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू स्टीम और वाटर वेपर. Because of the sun's heat, the water on the earth gets converted into water vapor, right? ये जो earth पे water है वो water vapor में कैसे convert होता है? Because of the heat of the sun. The process of evaporation is dependent on the dryness, temperature and the speed of the wind. Let us see further to get this point clear. It is dependent on dryness, temperature and other speed of the wind. If the air is dry and hot, the rate of evaporation increases, right? जहाँ पे गर्मी ज़्यादा होती है, when there is lot of sunlight over there, the evaporation का chances ज़्यादा होता है, right? So when there is the air over here is dry and hot, the chances of evaporation is high. The process of evaporation continues even in dry and cold air. That doesn't mean कि cold और dry air वाले places में evaporation doesn't takes place, but the only point is वहाँ पे it takes time, wherein the place where it has hot air or dry air, it happens quickly. On the other hand, evaporation occurs very slowly in the moist air. If the velocity and the temperature of the air is high, then evaporation occurs rapidly. If the wind is blowing slowly and the air is cooler, then evaporation occurs slowly. So ऐसा नहीं है कि जहाँ पे there is not lot of heat or not proper hot air or dry air, वहाँ पे evaporation नहीं होता, ऐसा नहीं है students. Evaporation takes place everywhere, but the speed is different. Like when there is hot air, it happens quickly. Why? Because moisture जल्दी form होता है when there is hot air, but when there is cold air, वहाँ पे it takes time. ओके, एक सिंपल एग्जांपल आपको कभी भी याद रखना है, तो पानी का रखने का, कपड़े जब हम धोते हैं, राइट, तो बाहर धूप में सुखाते तो वो जल्दी इवोपरेट हो जल्दी सूख जाते, सॉरी. वाई? बिकॉज द वाटर गेट्स इवोपरेट क्विकली बिकॉज ऑफ हीट ऑफ सनलाइट. ओके, बट व्हेन यू वही कपड़े जब आप लोग घर पे रखते हो तो इट टेक्स टाइम बिकॉज देर इज़ नो नॉट प्रॉपर अमाउंट ऑफ हीट प्रेजेंट इन योर होम. दैट इज़ वाई इट टेक्स लेस टाइम. Humidity in the air. The proportion of water vapor in the air is called humidity. Okay, कि जितना amount of water vapor है present in the air is called humidity. The dryness or dampness of air depends on the proportion of water vapor. कि जितना water vapor है उतने हिसाब से we can say कि air में dryness है या dampness है. Okay, air can hold moisture in specific quantity at specific temperature only. Okay, as air cool downs, its moisture holding capacity reduces. This implies that warmer air can hold more moisture than cold air, right? कि air के पास एक specific quantity ही होती है क्या hold करने के लिए, मॉइस्चर होल्ड करने के लिए. ठीक है, तो हवा में मॉइस्चर होल्ड करने का एक स्पेसिफिक क्वांटिटी ही रहता है. एंड व्हेन दैट एयर कीप्स कूलिंग डाउन, वो मॉइस्चर होल्डिंग कैपेसिटी कम हो जाती है. ओके, सो व्हाट डज दैट मीन्स कि जहाँ पे ज़्यादा गर्मी है या जिस हवा में ज़्यादा गर्म हवा है ना, उसमें मॉइस्चर को होल्डिंग कैपेसिटी ज़्यादा होती है. ओके, एज़ कम्पेयर टू कोल्ड एयर, बिकॉज एज द टेम्परेचर कीप्स ऑन डिक्रीजिंग एंड जितना ठंडी होने लगता है तो वो मॉइस्चर एयर का जो मॉइस्चर होल्डिंग कैपेसिटी होता है ना, वो कम हो जाता है. इसके लिए वही बात वापस घूम फिर के आ रही है दैट व्हेन देयर इज़ hot air inside, hot air present, the moisture, water vapor is higher at that particular place. At a certain temperature, the moisture holding capacity of air becomes equal to the proportion of moisture present in it. This condition of the air is called saturation of the air. Okay, saturation किसको बोलते हैं students? When it is both, क्या both होता है? The capacity of holding the moisture and the one which is capacity of holding the moisture, और जो moisture हवा में present है. Okay, when both of them is equal, then it is called as saturation of air. उसको क्या बोलते हैं हम लोग? Saturation of air. So that particular point when the moisture present in the air and the moisture holding capacity is same, it is called as saturation of air. Again, there is an activity which is given for you all. take a colander or tray which is deeper in the center. Okay, as you can see in the picture, जो tray deep होती है बीच में center में, you have to take certain tray. Take a piece of sponge. On the flat part of the tray, make holes with the help of nails. Okay, so जो flat part है sponge को छोड़ के उसके ऊपर you have to make holes. Keep the sponge on the center of the tray. Make sure there is no water in the sponge. Okay, sponge है जो उसके ऊपर ज़रा भी पानी नहीं होना चाहिए. You have to keep it in the center of the tray. Pour water on the sponge with a big spoon. The students in the group should notice or note how many spoons of water have been poured. Keep pouring water with the spoon till the sponge becomes wet with the water. Note what happens if you keep pouring water even after that. Now answer the following question. Okay, so you can do this activity at your workplace as well. या तो आपके घर पे भी आप कर सकते हो, ठीक है. But you just have to notice that how much amount of spoons of water you have kept pouring. Okay, and कौन से point पे वो पूरा पानी से भीग गया था sponge, वो आपको देखना है. And then you have to answer all of these questions. What happened to the water which was poured initially, कि जो स्टार्टिंग में आपने पानी बोरा उस मतलब पानी जो डाला स्पॉन्ज पे उसमें कोई डिफरेंस था क्या. What or when you were pouring water on the sponge, what did you expect, what were your expectation, what did you thought क्या होगा sponge को. Anything students, it is like a question which is asked to you. You have to write your opinion. What happened when you poured more water on the sponge, फिर आपने जब ज़्यादा पानी डाला तो sponge में क्या हुआ, and what conclusion can you draw from this experiment. Okay, so all of them do try it on and do let me know what all changes you have observed. Okay, this would be your homework, but if you feel like sharing your answers with me, you can message me. I'll read all of your answers, that what were your expectations, what did you thought, what was your feedback, आपको क्या response मिला, and all of it. Coming towards the next part, geographical explanation. Let's suppose that the air is like the piece of sponge. Okay, the answers also are given, like they are finally concluding what they feel. Let's suppose that the air is like the piece of sponge. Okay, जो आपने air भर जो sponge रखा है आपने sponge उसको air समझो. Okay, how many spoons of water does the sponge absorb. Okay, पहले starting में initially आप जब 7 I guess जितने spoons डालोगे तब तक वो absorb करेगा. After the sponge is full of water, drops of water start trickling out, right. कि sponge जितना capacity hold कर सकता है पानी का उतना it will hold, and after that once the capacity of sponge is over, the water will come outside of it. One can tell the number of spoons of water required to make the water trickle down the sponge by observation, right. But you can observe, okay, like 10 spoons तक पानी था sponge में absorb था, 11 spoon जब मैंने डाला, this is just an example, the water came out. But you can observe the spoons and then you can make a conclusion. This implies that the water holding capacity of the sponge is fulfilled. This makes it saturated. Okay, like what does it means कि जितना उसका holding capacity था उतना उसने किया, and when that occurs that is called as saturation. Okay, कि वही उसका saturation जो था वो उसने complete किया. Similarly, when the proportion of moisture in the air exceeds its vapor holding capacity, precipitation in the form of rain or snow occurs on the earth. Okay, so when does that happens, when the proportion of moisture, जो moisture है हमारे air में जब वो increase होता है, उसकी water holding capacity increase होता है, then precipitation takes place, and we have seen, right, it takes place in the form of either snow or either rain. वैसा the moisture holding capacity of the air depends on its temperature, right. हम लोग ने पहले ही देखा था, when the temperature is high वहाँ पे hot air है, hot air कभी रहेगा जब temperature high होगा, ऐसे सारे situation में उसका moisture holding capacity ज़्यादा होता है. Higher the temperature, higher is the holding capacity, right. Simple example, अगर आप लोग को ये सब में confuse होता है ना, तो एक simple example याद रखने का, जब आप कपड़े धूप में सुखा रहे हो तो धूप ज़्यादा है इसके लिए कपड़े सूख रहे हैं, राइट. सिंपल एग्जांपल, तो धूप ज़्यादा है, टेम्परेचर हाई है, एयर हॉट है, वैसा याद रखने का बस. Higher the temperature, higher is the holding capacity. We have learned earlier that as we go higher in the sky, the air becomes cooler. Why does the air becomes cooler? Because as we keep on moving high, the temperature keeps decreasing, right? And when the temperature keeps decreasing, the air becomes cooler. So, as per this rule, as we go higher, the water holding capacity will also decrease, right? Because जितना आप ऊपर जाओगे उतना टेम्परेचर कम होता रहता है. टेम्परेचर कम होता रहेगा तो वहाँ का एयर कम होगा मतलब उसमें हॉट नहीं रहेगा, वो नॉर्मल ठंडा है रहेगा. एंड वहाँ पे द वाटर होल्डिंग कैपेसिटी वुड डिक्रीज. द फॉलोइंग टेबल विल मेक इट clear. Okay, so you have the table, they have given the table कि देखो -5 डिग्री मतलब एकदम ठंडा, तो वहाँ पे वेपर होल्डिंग कैपेसिटी कितनी है 3.26. ओके 3.26 ही वो होल्ड कर सकता है क्यूबिक मीटर. नाउ व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट 0 डिग्री टेम्परेचर, उस पर भी 4 तक वो होल्ड कर सकता है. बट जैसे टेम्परेचर बढ़ता जा रहा है स्टूडेंट्स, देखो व्हेन इट इज़ 20, व्हेन इट इज़ 30, व्हेन इट इज़ 40, ऐसे सारे टेम्परेचर मतलब द हाई टेम्परेचर, हायर द टेम्परेचर उतना गर्म हवा होता है. जितना गर्म हवा होता है उतना उसका होल्डिंग कैपेसिटी ज़्यादा होता है. तो सी व्हेन यू सी द टेम्परेचर 20, 30, 40, यू कैन सी द वाटर होल्डिंग कैपेसिटी इज ऑल्सो इंक्रीज एज पर द टेम्परेचर गिवन लाइक 505. जहाँ पे लेस टेम्परेचर है वहाँ पे होल्डिंग कैपेसिटी लेस है, जहाँ पे हाई है वहाँ पे हाई है. At 15 degrees Celsius, the capacity of 1 cubic meter air is to hold a 12.8 gram of moisture, right? कि 15 पे वो खाली 12.8 gram ही hold कर सक रहा है. In the same case, if the amount of vapor is present in the air is said to be saturated. This humidity in the air is expressed in different ways, right? So this humidity can be expressed in different ways. Let us see. First one is absolute humidity. Now what do you mean by that? The amount of water vapor in 1 cubic meter of air is the absolute humidity of the air. ठीक है, the absolute humidity किसको बोलेंगे स्टूडेंट कि 1 cubic meter में जितना amount of water vapor can be hold, it can be said as absolute humidity. Okay, 1 cubic meter, absolute 1 cubic meter. For example, the absolute humidity of the air near coastal areas is higher than air in the interior, right? कि जो coastal areas पे air है उनका absolute humidity higher होता है and interior वाले का कम होता है. Absolute humidity is higher in the equatorial areas where it reduces as we move towards the poles. The distribution of land and water on earth and the seasons also affect absolute humidity, right? But absolute humidity do get affected by many of such factors. It can be because of seasons or because of distributions of land and water. हम लोग ने precipitation chapter में देखा था, right? That according to seasons, according to different weather climates, like हर एक जगह पे the moisture, the water vapor takes forms differently, and that is how precipitation in the form of snow or in the form of rains occurs, right? Relative humidity. The amount of water vapor present in the air can be expressed as a percentage of the amount needed for saturation at the same temperature and same volume. It is expressed in percentage. Okay, so जो relative humidity है that is expressed in percentage. Okay, and what is the formula for it? Absolute humidity upon vapor holding capacity into 100. Okay, so when you calculate it, you get the answer as relative humidity. Okay, what will be the relative humidity of air whose absolute humidity is 20 gram per meter cube and vapor holding capacity is 30 gram per meter cube. Okay, so vapor holding capacity आपको दिया है, आपको absolute humidity दिया है. You just have to do the answer. You just have to find the answer. Okay, so this would be your homework. Next, what will happen if the temperature of saturated air is 20 degrees Celsius drops down to 10 degree abruptly? Okay, so what will happen if temperature, जो saturated temperature है, if it gets decreased? Let us see further. On the basis of example given above, tell which air is saturated. The amount of water vapor changes according to difference in temperature. Similarly, हम लोग ने देखा राइट कि वाटर वेपर कैसे चेंज होता है अकॉर्डिंग टू द टेम्परेचर. जहाँ पे टेम्परेचर हाई है वहाँ पे वाटर वेपर फटाक से फॉर्म होता है. And when there is temperature low, it takes time, right? So we have seen amount of water vapor changes according to difference in the temperature. Similarly, relative humidity is more in the mornings and nights. In the afternoon, as temperature increases, relative humidity decreases. Near coastal areas, the relative humidity is more and so the air is moist. Okay, अभी यहाँ पे उल्टा है. यहाँ पे कैसा है कि जहाँ पे टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा है वहाँ पे रिलेटिव ह्यूमिडिटी कम होगा. Okay, so it is like inverse of it. Okay, so near coastal areas where there is the relative humidity is more. Okay, why? Because वहाँ पे coastal areas मतलब क्या, the area which is near the seaside regions. Okay, तो सी साइड पे कैसे नॉर्मली टेम्परेचर स्मूथनिंग होता है. तो अगर नॉर्मल वे में देखा जाए तो वहाँ पे ह्यूमिडिटी भी ज़्यादा होगा, वाटर वेपर भी ह्यूमिडिटी भी कम होगा, वाटर वेपर भी कम होगा हमारे नॉर्मल लॉ के हिसाब से. बट यहाँ पे सिंस वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट रिलेटिव ह्यूमिडिटी एंड इट इज इनवर्स इन आवर रूल. So over here the time at coastal areas यहाँ पे humidity high होगा and the air is moist, and in the desert areas relative humidity is less. Okay, now there is again try this. Okay, teacher should, yeah, take water in a pressure cooker. So you need to take water in the pressure cooker. Take off the whistle of the pressure cooker. Okay, सीटी आपको निकाल देनी है. Now heat the cooker. Take a lid with a handle. After the water starts boiling, hold the lid at distance from where the steam is coming out. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to take a lead. Okay, lead को आपको पकड़ना है. Lead को क्या लिखा है देखो, take a lead with a handle, and after that when the water starts boiling you have to hold the lid at a distance. Okay, from where the steam is coming out, कि जहाँ पे steam आ रहा है वहाँ पे you have to hold the lid. Okay, let us see what we have to do further. Observe what happens. You must have observed the water change into water vapor and it was heated, right? कि हम लोग ने क्या किया है, पानी बॉईल करने को रखा है, राइट? तो वो अभी किस में कन्वर्ट होगा, वाटर वेपर में, बराबर, बिकॉज हम लोग ने उसको बॉईल करने को रखा है. This vapor turns into water droplets when it touches the cooler lid. We can see the water droplets deposited on the lid. Okay, so what they are saying that this water vapor turns into water droplets. बराबर ना, ये आप लोग ने, you guys must have seen most of the times when you remove like गरम गरम कुकर भी जब आप निकालते हो ना, तो at that time also water vapor takes, मतलब वाटर वेपर जैसा छोटे छोटे बबल्स जमा हो जाते हैं. कहाँ पे, ढक्कन पे, जो लीड होता है ना वहाँ पे. We can see the water droplets deposited on the lead. As I said कि वो water droplets lead पे deposit हो जाते हैं. You can easily see that. Coming to the next part. So in the previous experiment we get to know क्या देखा हम लोग ने कि जो वाटर का लीड है उसके ऊपर you will see, कुकर का लीड है उसके ऊपर you will see water vapors. Now you have to do another activity wherein you need to take a glass with a flat bottom. Okay, कि glass जिसका flat bottom है वो आपको लेना है. You need to put some ice cubes in it. Keep this glass in a room for 2 to 3 minutes, and then what do you see? Okay, then you have to keep that glass full of ice cubes into a normal room for 2 to 3 minutes, and then you need to observe what happens. And sometimes you will see droplets of water on the outer surface of the glass. बराबर ना, ठंडा है तो आप क्या करते हो, ग्लास के आउटर सरफेस पे यू सी वाटर ड्रॉपलेट्स. बराबर, जो भी ठंडी चीज़ आप बाहर से इसमें से लाते हो फ्रिज में से, तो वो सरफेस पे या वो ऑब्जेक्ट पे बाहर यू सी स्मॉल वाटर ड्रॉपलेट्स, राइट? When the water vapor in the air comes in contact with the cold surface, condensation takes place and these droplets form onto the outer surface of the glass. बराबर कि अभी water vapor take place होने वाला है, we know, but when this water vapor gets get contact in with cold surface, then you see condensation. ये वाला हम लोग ने आई गेस प्रेसिपिटेशन में भी देखा था. प्रेसिपिटेशन में याद है आप लोगों को, हम लोग ने क्या देखा था, that when it goes to 0 और उसके अंडर डिग्री सेल्सियस पे, that time also condensation takes place. वैसे In the first activity, the steam from the cooker cooled and condensed into water vapor. Whatever. And in the second activity, the vapor in the air condensed into water droplets. This is the conclusion which you see. Now, condensation, densification, and sublimation. The process of changing of water vapor into the air the process of changing of water vapor in the air into water is called condensation or densification. अभी हम लोग ने ऊपर देखा बराबर कि जो वाटर वेपर था that got converted into water, so that is called as condensation. बराबर, the process of changing of water vapor into air into water is called condensation. Also, the process of vapor, that is gas, changing into solid state is called sublimation. बराबर ना, ये हम लोग कभी देखते हैं the process of water vapor changing into solid state. Any idea? That is called as sublimation. That when you see the process of vapor, the gas, when it converts into solid state, it is called sublimation. If the temperature of the air reduces, its vapor holding capacity also reduces. बराबर ना, हम लोग देखते हैं कि ऊपर ऊपर जितना जाते हैं टेम्परेचर कम हो जाता है. So when the temperature decreases, the holding capacity also decreases. When relative humidity of air becomes 100%, vapor starts condensing. At this time, the temperature of the air should be at dew point. Okay, that when the relative humidity है, when it reaches or when it becomes 100%, so the vapor starts condensing. Okay, जब ये 100 डिग्री पे होता है तो वेपर कंडेंसिंग में कन्वर्ट होना स्टार्ट होता है. एंड उस टाइम पे जो टेम्परेचर होता है वो ड्यू पॉइंट पे होता है. ना, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय ड्यू पॉइंट? Mean by dew point, students, it is basically a temperature below which that water vapor starts converting into dew drops. Okay, कि जो water vapor होता है ना, जब वो dew में form होता है below a particular temperature, उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं dew point. It implies that for condensation, temperature should be low and relative humidity must be high. बराबर, ये तो नॉर्मल है अपना लॉजिक वाला फर्स्ट वाला के फॉर कंडेंसेशन द टेम्परेचर शुड बी लो. एंड हम लोग ने देखा रिलेटिव ह्यूमिडिटी उसका इनवर्स है. सो इन सच केसेस रिलेटिव ह्यूमिडिटी मस्ट बी हाई. इन द फ्री एनवायरमेंट, condensation of the vapor in the air occurs around fine particles, dust, rain, salt, etc. in the air. Okay, तो जो free environment होता है ना, वहाँ पे condensation कैसे place होता है students? It takes place around fine particles. Next, dew, frost and fog are the forms of condensation at ground level, while clouds are a form of condensation at higher level. Okay, so condensation do takes place, but the higher form is the formation of clouds. So the formation of clouds है उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं higher formation, and the smaller ones are like dew, frost and fog. Now, clouds and types of clouds. Clouds are a form of condensation at higher elevation. हम लोग ने अभी देखा that higher elevation या higher example में देखा जाए तो condensation का example है formation of clouds. Condensation occurs around minute particles in the atmosphere. Condensed water vapor or snow particles in the clouds are very fine and almost weightless, and so clouds float in the air. Okay, so why do clouds float in the air, students? Because जो condensation है ना, वो कहाँ पे टेक प्लेस होता है? ऊपर माइन्यूट पार्टिकल्स के ऊपर. ठीक है, एंड व्हेन दिस कंडेंस्ड वाटर और स्नो पार्टिकल्स इन द क्लाउड्स आर वेरी फाइन, बिकॉज क्या होता है देखो, दिस कंडेंस्ड वाटर या ये जो स्नो पार्टिकल्स है ना, ये क्लाउड्स के अंदर जो होते हैं वेरी फाइन एंड वेरी वेटलेस. ओके, सो दैट इज वाई क्लाउड्स आराम से फ्लो होता है, बिकॉज उसके अंदर जो ये पार्टिकल्स है लाइक वेरी फाइन, बिकॉज जो पार्टिकल्स है ना, जो वाटर या स्नो पार्टिकल्स जो भी है उनका वेट ही नहीं होता. लाइक वाटर का क्या वेट होगा ना भाई, not like a bundle of water, but they are like small droplets of water and they are very fine particles, snow particles, so they are weightless and hence clouds float in air. Land and water gets heated because of heat of the sun. Air near the surface heats up, rises and become less dense, right? दैट लैंड एंड वाटर के ऊपर का जो भी पानी होता है, इट गेट्स heated. Why? Because of heat of sun. So air near the surfaces heats up, rises and become less dense. बराबर, तो जो लैंड है उसके बाजू का जो भी एरिया है वो गर्म हो जाता है, एंड व्हेन इट गोज अप ऊपर, लाइक व्हेन इट गोज अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन में, it becomes less dense. Why? Because the temperature keeps on decreasing, and as the temperature keeps on decreasing, the water vapor holding capacity reduces and hence it becomes less dense. Hot air rises up. As it goes higher, the temperature of the air reduces and moisture holding capacity of air reduces, as I said you earlier. बराबर, रिलेटिव ह्यूमिडिटी कीप्स इंक्रीजिंग. हम लोग देख रहे जो हमारा बेसिक लॉ है, हमारा बेसिक लॉ क्या है स्टूडेंट्स, कि जहाँ पे टेम्परेचर हाई है वहाँ पे वाटर वेपर हाई होगा, जहाँ पे टेम्परेचर लो है वहाँ पे वाटर वेपर या फॉर्मेशन ऑफ मॉइस्चर लो होगा. सो व्हेन यू कीप ऑन गोइंग अपवर्ड्स, टेम्परेचर ठंडा होता जाता है एंड फॉर्मेशन ऑफ मॉइस्चर और वाटर वेपर कम होते जाता है. पर रिलेटिव ह्यूमिडिटी क्या है, दैट इज इनवर्स ऑफ इट. ओके, जो नॉर्मल हमारा लॉ है इससे वो हमेशा उल्टा होता है. कौन? रिलेटिव ह्यूमिडिटी. दिस इज द ड्यू पॉइंट लेवल ऑफ द एयर. द लेवल ऑफ relative humidity keeps increasing. The water vapor in the atmosphere turns into water and snow. Now since there is nothing, they forms into precipitation occurs and they form water and snow. This is the dew point level of that air. The level of condensation is determined by the water vapor in the air. Keep in mind that the freezing point is also dependent on the altitude and water vapor. Okay, so the time when it converts into water and snow, that point is called as dew point, okay, of that air. एंड जो कंडेंसेशन होता है ना वो भी वही डिटरमाइन करता है. ओके, सो यू शुड ऑलवेज मेक श्योर दैट फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट इज ऑल्सो डिपेंडेंट ऑन द अल्टीट्यूड एंड वाटर वेपर. ओके, सो फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट ऑल्सो गेट्स डिपेंडेड. वाई? बिकॉज तभी तो फॉर्मेशन ऑफ स्नो एंड वाटर होगा, राइट? अंडरस्टूड? Because of condensation, fine particles of ice and water float into the air at greater height. Okay, condensation की वजह से क्या होता है, ice and water particles flow into the air. They accumulate around dust particles in the air and become large in size. Their accumulation together is called the clouds. Right? हम लोग ने पहले देखा कि वाटर एंड फाइन आइस पार्टिकल्स का वजन इतना होता नहीं है, दैट इज वाई clouds float in the air. ये हम लोग ने देखा. But how clouds are formed? When these ice and water particles they get accumulated on dust particles, and when this एक पूरा ग्रुप बोलते हैं ना हम लोग ये डस्ट पार्टिकल्स का, इसको हम लोग बोलते हैं क्लाउड. बिकॉज ऑफ वर्टिकल फ्लो ऑफ द विंड they float into the atmosphere like a kite which floats in the air. As it moves to higher and higher, the clouds too float in the atmosphere because of vertical flow. Right? Because क्या होता है, the flow of wind is in vertical direction, right? So it keeps floating in the vertical direction. Okay, as per the flow of air. Coming to the next part. Clouds are formed at different altitudes above mean sea level. Clouds which formed at greater altitudes are formed very fine snow particles. The process of evaporation and condensation occur consecutively in the clouds. Okay, so there are different ways, like different types of clouds. Okay, so the one which are formed at higher altitudes, okay, above the sea level, उनमें क्या होता है, they are formed with very fine snow particles. Okay, and that is why the process of evaporation and condensation occur at that time. Specific type of cloud causes rainfall on earth. The proportion of vapor is more near the earth's surface. As we go higher away from the sea level, the amount of vapor decreases. यही हमारा लॉ है कि जैसे ऊपर ऊपर जाओगे टेम्परेचर कम हो जाता रहेगा, तो जैसे टेम्परेचर कम होता जाता रहेगा तो वाटर वेपर फॉर्मेशन करने का ये है उसका कैपेसिटी है वो भी कम हो जाता रहेगा. एंड हेंस द क्लाउड्स एट लोअर अल्टीट्यूड are large in size while the clouds at higher altitude are smaller. वाई नीचे के जो है द वन विच आर एट लोअर एल्टीट्यूड आर लार्ज, बिकॉज लोअर एल्टीट्यूड पे वाटर वेपर फॉर्म होता है। देखो एकदम नीचे पहले हमारा ग्राउंड लेवल है, ग्राउंड से जब आप ऊपर 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 जाते हो तो टेम्परेचर कम होते जाता है, तो वाटर वेपर एटलीस्ट जो थोड़ा सा फॉर्म हुआ रहता है उससे क्लाउड्स बनते हैं, बराबर। पर आप उससे भी ऊपर जा रहे हो तो एकदम ऊपर गए अभी तो टेम्परेचर कम हो गया, तो वाटर वेपर बनेगा ही नहीं। एंड दैट इज़ वाई जो वहाँ के क्लाउड्स है वो कंपैरेटिवली एकदम स्लो होते हैं कंपेयर टू उसके नीचे वाले जो है, क्योंकि वो पहले बने थे, वहाँ पे वाटर वेपर ज़्यादा था। समझा? Cloud types according to international classification. So here they have given them different types of cloud and वहाँ पे उनका general altitude दिया है। Okay, so you can see the cirrus cloud, उनका मीटर में कैसा है altitude 7,000 to 14,000 के बीच में altitude रहता है। ऐसे वैसे सारे clouds के नाम दिए गए हैं and उनका altitude. Clouds are formed at different altitudes in the atmosphere. After observation, we can divide this cloud into three main categories based on their altitude. Okay, so we can divide this cloud into three main altitudes. Let us see the diagram so that we understand it way better. You can see the diagram. The very lower part is less altitude, medium altitude and high altitude, but again medium altitude is divided into two and high is divided into two. Let us see further so that we get a better idea. The height from the base of the cloud is taken into consideration. Okay, बराबर ना, बेस से क्यों हाइट वाला कंसिडर होगा स्टूडेंट्स? व्हाई डू यू थिंक कि जो बेस वाला है उससे हाइट कैलकुलेट होगा? एनी आइडिया व्हाई? बिकॉज हम लोग बेस से काउंट कर रहे हैं ना, नीचे से ऊपर हवा जा रहा है, दैट इज़ वाई बेस लेवल वाला ज़्यादा काउंट होता है। दैट इज़ वाई बेस लेवल इज़ कंसिडर इनटू, मतलब बेस लेवल को हम लोग कंसिडर करते हैं। इफ़ द क्लाउड्स आर एट एल्टीट्यूड ऑफ 7,000 to 14,000 देन दे आर कंसिडर्ड एज वेरी हाई क्लाउड्स। ओके, सो यू कैन सी दैट टेबल ऑल्सो बाजू में कि जो सिरस, सीरो स्ट्रेटस एंड सीरो cumulus, these all are like high altitude clouds. These are called as high clouds. Why? Because उनका altitude 7,000 to 14,000 के range में है. If they are at an altitude of around 2,000 to 7,000, then they are considered to be the medium ones. So altostratus and altocumulus are called as medium ones. Why? Because the altitude is between 2,000 to 7,000, and if they are at an altitude of less than 2,000 then they are called as low clouds. The one are कौन सा है? Cumulus and cumulonimbus. Okay, so they are called as the low clouds. Why? Because the altitude is less than 2,000 meter. हाई क्लाउड्स, ओके, अभी हम लोग ने देखा हाई क्लाउड्स का अल्टीट्यूड क्या है, 7,000 to 14,000. बट लेट अस सी मोर अबाउट हाई क्लाउड्स. These clouds are mainly made up of ice particles. They can be classified into cirrus, cirromulus and cirrostratus. Cirrus clouds are mainly wispy. Cirrocumulus clouds look like groups of small waves, and cirrostratus are like a bed sheets with wrinkles. They generally have a halo around them. Okay, so high clouds hai, they are mainly of ice particles. If you see, you can see the structure so that you get a better idea, the one which is figure 3.8. Okay, so they are classified into which types? Cirrus, cirrocumulus and cirrostratus. Okay, so the cirrus, they are mainly wispy. Now what do you mean by wispy, students? हेड लाइक स्ट्रक्चर जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं विस्पी. ओके, तो जो सीरस है क्लाउड्स, दे आर मेनली विस्पी, लाइक दे हैव दिस हेड लाइक structure. Then cirrocumulus clouds, they look like group of small waves. If you have seen the figure carefully, you will understand. And then you have cirrostratus, which looks like bedsheet with wrinkles. Okay, so if you see the figure, you can see it looks like a bedsheet of wrinkles, and they have holes among them. So halo are like holes around them. That is called as high clouds. Now the second one are medium clouds. हम लोग ने देखा medium are the one which have altitude of 2000 to 7000. These include altocumulus and altostratus. Okay. Now altocumulus are in the form of layers and it has a wave-like structure. So if you see the figure carefully, students, देखो वो जो दो mountains, दो clouds जैसा है, sorry, उसमें से the one which looks like a form of layers, it is called as altocumulus. They are mostly white in color and have a grey shade. Okay, so the one with white color clouds and उस पे हल्का हल्का grey होता है, उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं altocumulus. Although altostratus are not very thick, but altostratus they are not very thick. The sun can be seen through them as if seen through a milky glass. Okay, so it is not very thick, उतना वो ये नहीं है, thick नहीं है, एकदम पतलू सा ही होता है. So when you see, like, the sun can literally be seen, okay, when it looks like a milky glass, so it is very thin. Which one? Altostratus. Now talking about the low clouds, these contain, हम लोग ने देखा low clouds, वो उनका ये क्या है student? What is the altitude? The one which has less than 20,000 or the less than 2,000, they are called as low clouds. These consist of 5 types of cloud. Stratocumulus have layers. हम लोग ने देखा ऊपर, right? That stratocumulus, they look like layers. Their color is white to earthy. Okay, they almost have like a white earthy color. Round clusters of cloud can here. Stratus clouds also have layers. They are ash colored and their base is uniform. Nimbostratus has thick layers. They are grey ash in color and cause continuous rainfall and even slow snow. तो हम लोग ने देखा less than 2000 वाले altitude ranges को हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? Low clouds. Also उसमें भी there are 3 types. Okay, so the nimbostratus one, they have very thick layers. Okay, and they are almost like grey ash in color, and they cause continuous rainfall and even snows. Okay, so you need to have an idea of these clouds, their names, and what are their characteristics, like what do they do, कौन से cloud का क्या altitude है, what work they do. All of these things is something you should know. Next, cumulus clouds. Now talking about cumulus cloud, these clouds are formed extensively from 500 meter to 6000 meter altitude. The vertical flow of the air adds to the formation of these clouds. These are huge and dome shaped. Okay, so cumulus clouds का altitude का range क्या है students? It is between from like 500 meter to 6000 meter. Okay, and हम लोग ने देखा that clouds का flow, air का flow normally vertical direction में होता है. Okay, so this vertical flow, it helps them for the formation of these clouds. So they are very huge and dome shaped clouds. Which one? Cumulus one. They are grey in color. Cumulus clouds are an indicator of pleasant weather. The vertical expanse of this cloud increases so much that they turn into cumulonimbus clouds and bring rain. Okay, so ये clouds ही होते हैं which are responsible for rain. अगर हम लोग we also normally see, right, when it is about to rain, उसके पहले कैसे clouds become grey and we are like, we know that now the clouds have completely turned grey, so now it would rain, right? So these cumulus clouds, they do the work of raining. Why? Because इनका जो vertical expanse है ना students, that is so high that it turns into cumulonimbus cloud. Okay, and that is a reason why it rains. Okay, now what is cumulonimbus cloud? Let us see. These are characteristics cloud which are indicators of thunderstorm. This looks like huge mountains. If you can see in the picture, you'll understand. Okay, that these are the indicator of thunderstorms. Okay, कि जो thunderstorm है उनका ये एक indicator, and they look like a large mountain. If you can see the figure 3.9. These are dense and dark in color. there is thunder accompanied by lightning. They bring rain with storm and many and may sometimes bring hailstorms. But such a type of rainfall does not last long, right? हम लोग देखते कभी कभी बारिश में बहुत ज़ोर से बिजली आती है, कभी कभी there is storm, right? Hailstorm, so we haven't seen any time, but if you might have gone to mountain areas or high areas, you might have seen hailstorms also with rainfalls. But all of these are the एक occurrence है किसका, cumulonimbus clouds का, but such kinds of rain do not last long. The largest of these clouds bring rainfall accompanied with lighting. तो हम लोग ने देखा जिसका like vertical way ज़्यादा है, they lead to rainfall, but if they are more in numbers then they lead to lightning as well. जो lightning हम लोग देखते क्या बोलते हैं हम लोग, बिजली जिसको बोलते, that is called as, like, that is because of these clouds. The top portion of these clouds has an anvil like shape. The clouds have a positive charge all the upper end and negative charge at lower end. Okay, so if you see the figure, you can see the positive charge at the higher end, the negative and at lower, and it has like a anvil shape, upper end and negative. Yeah, the land below them always have negative charge. Okay, so जो land उनके नीचे है, they always have negative charge with it. Due to difference in the charges, electric charges are formed and lightning occur, lighting up the sky for a moment. The air around the lightning rise up because of the heat, and this leads to large thundering sound. Okay, so यहाँ पे will understand that how thunder take place. Okay, देखो ऊपर positive part है particles, नीचे there are negative charges. Okay, now since there is different in the charges, right, charges different है, so lighting up एक second के लिए होता है because opposite charges are there, so there it play like a lightning takes place at that particular time. Okay, now the air around the lightning rises up because of the heat. Okay, तो जो heat प्रोड्यूस होता है उसके वजह से जो एयर है ना वो ऊपर की तरफ जाती है, एंड व्हेन इट मूव्स टुवर्ड्स द अपर डायरेक्शन लाइक अ थंडरिंग साउंड इज बीन prepared. Okay, and that is how we listen to that sound. Okay, so अभी आपको पता चला थंडरिंग कैसे टेक प्लेस होता है, एंड वो लाइटिंग हम लोग को जो आवाज़ सुनाई देती है वो किसकी सुनाई देती है, इट इज़ बेसिकली बिकॉज ऑफ दीज ऑपोजिट चार्जेस लाइटनिंग टेक्स प्लेस, एंड लाइटिंग वहाँ पे टेम्परेचर हाई होता है तो जो एयर है वो अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन में जाता है, एंड व्हेन इट गोज़ टू अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन यू कैन सी दैट, you can listen that thundering sound. As compared to other clouds, the raindrop of these clouds are larger because they move up and down a lot of time and accumulate more and more water. Okay, so compared to other rains, यहाँ का ये जो rains है जो cumulonimbus cloud से form होता है उनके water droplets are generally high because they move from upward and downward direction, right? Charge particles है ऊपर नीचे है, so there is movement of these water particles, and that is why the drops are larger. Drop becomes larger and larger and are unable to float in the cloud because of their weight. They fall in the form of rain. Sometimes the air in the cloud is very cold. As a result, these drop freeze and fall in the form of hail, and then we call them hailstones. So now you understood the reason behind hailstones. Hailstones कैसे form होते हैं? These water droplets, they are very large. Okay, so as we know cloud का एक particular capacity है to hold water, right? उसके बाद वो नहीं hold कर सकता, उसके बाद वो छूट जाता है. तो the particles, the water droplets which are left, they are sometimes like वो sometimes it falls like a waterfall. Normal waterfall नहीं students, water droplets की तरह rain का form होता है, but when the temperature there is very cold it gets freezes. Okay, these water droplets get freezes and they become hailstones, and ये इस चीज़ों को हम लोग बोलते हैं hailstones. So the hailstorm which you experience during rains, उनका formation, उनका पीछे का construction आज हम लोग ने देखा. Coming towards the next part, cloudburst is a type of precipitation. Raindrops coming towards the earth are stopped in the clouds itself because of strong vertical winds. These drops change into hails. This makes the clouds heavier. The vertical winds are unable to bear the weight. This leads to heavy rainfall with large sized hail. This is called as cloud burst. The logic over here is same, but cloud burst can be bolte because the cloud is not able to bear that weight, and that is why it breaks. So that breaking is called as cloud burst. It leads to a rainfall of more than 100 mm in a small area of particular region. This type of precipitation mainly occurs in mountain regions. Okay, the states through which the Himalayan range passes experience such a type of rainfall. So here we come to the end of our chapter. I hope you have understood the formation of clouds, what is humidity and its type. Okay, so yeah, as usual the questions in the exercise would be your homework, student. So yeah, that was it for today's session. We'll see you all in the next. Till then, bye bye and take care. Bye.